today's topic is mechanism of hormone action. But before that, you should know that there are two different categories of hormone, so their action will be also different. One type of hormone is called as water soluble hormone and another type it is fat soluble hormone. Water soluble, they are non-steroid hormones, and fat soluble hormones, they are steroid hormones. So their effect or their action is also different. So let us study one by one. These water soluble hormones, they act through membrane receptors, and fat soluble or steroid hormones, they act through intracellular receptors. Now let us study the first one, that is through membrane receptors. Now whenever hormone, before that, the hormones actually they are secreted by endocrine glands. Okay, they just come in the bloodstream, and through bloodstream they just target their target organ. So the distance is too far. Okay, the action can be seen at a distance. So let us study. Here, this is the ovarian cell membrane, and the example we have taken FSH hormone, follicle stimulating hormone. As we have written here, through membrane receptors, any cell, for example, suppose this is cell and here this is nucleus. In this case, the hormones, they act here only. Here means plasma membrane, because the receptors are present on the plasma membrane. This is one thing. Second thing, as they are water soluble only, okay, they cannot enter inside the plasma membrane. Okay, so they directly act on the receptors, or they get bind to the receptors which are present on the cell membrane. So here this is receptor and here this is the hormone. So these two structures, they form one complex called as hormone receptor complex. Okay, on the surface of the cell membrane. Okay, after that they immediately they form or synthesize one enzyme called as adenylate cyclase. Due to this, it creates the second messenger. Now who is the first messenger? Hormone. It acts as a first messenger. It comes to the cell membrane. It binds with the receptors present on the cell membrane. It forms complex, hormone receptor complex, which is responsible for synthesis of an enzyme called as adenylate cyclase. Due to this, it creates another messenger inside the cell. Okay, generation of second messenger. Now this generation, it is either in the form of cyclic AMP or in the form of calcium. And for this, whatever ATP molecules which are present inside the cells, they are used for formation or generation of second messenger. It results in the biochemical processes which results in the physiological response. And the physiological response is nothing but the ovarian growth. The growth of the ovary takes place, because we have taken the example of ovarian cell membrane, and for that we have taken example of FSH hormone. Okay, so here you have to remember the hormone receptor complex, it forms on the cell membrane. Okay, hormone acts as a first messenger. It is responsible for generation of second messenger. Is that clear? So this is about water soluble hormone. Now come to fat soluble hormone. They are also called as steroid hormones. The characteristic of these steroid hormones, as they are lipid soluble, and we know that our membrane, cell membrane, it is bilipid layer. So easily these hormones, they get entry inside the cell. They get entry inside the nucleus also. So here this is the cell membrane. Here this is cytoplasm and this is the structure of the nucleus. Here example, we have taken estrogen. Here this is uterine cell membrane and this is the nucleus. This hormone takes the entry. Why it takes the entry? As this hormone is fat soluble, the layer is made up of fat or lipid, so it gets easily entry inside the cell. It gets easily entry inside the nucleus also. In the nucleus, receptors are present which forms hormone receptor complex inside the nucleus. Now in the nucleus, the chromosomes are present, genes are present on this. This complex, it's bind with the gene so that they gets activated, due to which the mRNA is formed. Now this mRNA comes in the cytoplasm. Okay, it translates to form or to synthesize protein. This is the process. Now it is responsible for physiological response, and overall due to this activity the tissue growth takes place and differentiation also takes place.